Well, it's being reported that Zach LaVine really wants to be a Laker, but I'm here to tell you it might not happen, or at least it shouldn't happen. I'm gonna say that. And then we're gonna talk about Ayo Dosunmu comments on Joakim Noah and Carlos Boozer and showing love to Kobe White. We're gonna talk about it on this beautiful morning. But you gotta hear the music first.
Cognac. Gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm here on another episode of Shy Boys Podcast with me and my co-host C-Dub. If you like what you're listening to today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and shake the notification bell as well. So every time we drop, you'll be one of the first ones to know. Now, it's come out that Zach LaVine is reportedly interested in being a Los Angeles Laker. I don't know if that's because he got a couple clutch sports colleagues over there with the Los Angeles Lakers, but it seems like that's really one of the teams he wants to go to. Now, if we're looking at the contract of Zach LaVine, my guy, he signed his max contract, 5 years, $215 million. This year, he's set to make 40 mil, a little over 40 mil. Next year goes up to 43 in 2025 to 26, 45 mil. And then he will have a player option in 2026 and the 2027 year. If he opts into that, $48 million. That's going to be charged to the Los Angeles Lakers to retain a guy like Zach LaVine. Now, I understand the reason why I'm coming on here and letting you guys know on why I do not believe it's going to happen, or at least it shouldn't happen if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, is because, you know what I'm saying, right now, the only pieces that's going to be the talks of all this trade is going to be Rui and Russell. We know it's been reported that those are the two guys that's going to come at least being mentioned to try to add in for those salary cap fillers. Those filler contracts is Rui Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell. I'm not mad at the two players if you're the Chicago Bulls, but for the Los Angeles Lakers, after you've seen what these guys have continuously done and how deep you have built that team over there in Los Angeles, it's a bit shaky for me. And if you want to just talk about the two players just mentioned in Rui Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell, that's not going to get the trade done. It's not going to get the trade done with those two players. So the Los Angeles Lakers will have to include more players. I understand that there's a need for draft picks or a want for draft picks from the fan base, but the front office is hell-bent on getting win-now players. I still don't know what's the criteria in their minds of what they consider a win-now player, but I wouldn't be too mad, or at least, just speculating that the Chicago Bulls front office wouldn't be too mad at looking at Rui Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell. The problem is that those two guys don't garner or move Zach LaVine. They don't move Zach LaVine, so the Los Angeles Lakers will have to include a little bit more. Do they include a Gabe Vincent? I don't know. Do they look at who a guy a lot of us would love to have on this team in Austin Reeves? I think absolutely not. I think Austin Reeves is off the market. That's just how I'm looking at it. But that's kind of like one reason why I'm just on the side of I don't believe that a deal will be done. Because did the Los Angeles Lakers not understand what happened with Russell Westbrook? Did they not understand what happened with Russell Westbrook? Right now, the Los Angeles Lakers have a team that is probably the deepest team in the Western Conference. Probably. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we got to look at the other teams in their roster, but right now, the Lakers can go how many deep? You know what I'm saying? How many deep? You got Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, Taurean Prince has been given good minutes. Austin Reeves, Cam Reddish has even, earned some brownie points with the Los Angeles Lakers. D'Angelo Russell, that we mentioned, Jared Vanderbilt. I don't know if they want to come out Vando. Then you got Christian Wood, Gabe Vincent. Right now, these guys can insert or interchange just about anybody. And I understand if you want to go ahead and you try to fill in those contracts to get a player like Zach LaVine, do you include Max Christie in that? I don't know. I don't know if I'd be on board with that. But his salary is only 1.7 mil. So you still would have to include more money when it comes to a Zach LaVine trade. So that those three players won't even get it done. Do you look at a Cam Reddish? Those four players still wouldn't get it done. And I know that if you want to look at an Austin Reeves, his annual salary for this year is 12 million. If you add him in, he should be able to get the deal done. You know what I'm saying? But and make the money close enough to get it done. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls might have to add another player into that. But I think that's what comes from the difficulty of when you evaluate the situation for what it is, that it just might not happen. If I'm the Lakers front office, I'm saying, hey, LeBron James, we listened to you last time. We got you Russell Westbrook, and we know what that turned into. Now, granted, Zach LaVine is a better player than Russell Westbrook. Zach LaVine adds more than Russell Westbrook. But if you've seen your Lakers team go in, granted, it is a single game elimination with the in-season tournament. But if you see your team go 7-0 in the in-season tournament and win the championship and be able to turn up the pressure on the defensive end and then have guys contribute on the offensive side of the ball, why would you want to screw that up? Why? Why would you want to screw that up? That's just me, though. I'm just a YouTube GM. I'm making it clear. I don't get paid the millions of dollars that these guys get paid to operate a full functioning NBA team. I'm just giving you my perspective. If I'm looking at what I seen from the in-season tournament, with all the chips pushed in the middle of the table in a winner-take-all game, in one game, the Los Angeles Lakers got it done. Why would I want to screw that up? Look how deep our team is. Look at all the wing players that are on our team. Look at all the progression that we have on this team. Zach LaVine, I love the guy. Love his game. But he ain't cutting. He ain't cutting to the basket like a Rui. He ain't cutting to the basket like a Austin Reeves. He ain't going to keep the ball moving like a Austin Reeves. You know what I'm saying? This is a ball dominant guy who wants to set you up, who's going to allow the shot clock to tick down a little bit, and he's going to take a shot. I don't know if I'm comfortable with doing that to kind of disrupt what we have going on, because we already know the two lead dogs on this team, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Will Zach LaVine make a hell of a third option? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's not misconstrue that. I just don't know if you want to take away so many players to where you're thinning out your depth to add a player like Zach LaVine to get it done. Now, I understand. I will add this in and say I do understand from this aspect. In the playoffs, rotations shrink. Things like that happen. Guys play more minutes. Every basket means a little bit more. When you say Zach LaVine can score better than Rui, absolutely. Can score better than D'Angelo Russell, absolutely. Can score better than Austin Reeves, absolutely. I'm all for that. But we know that when winning matters, the coach needs a jolt. The coach needs to make a change, and that's when you look to your bench. That's when you look to your bench. The year that the Golden State Warriors beat the Cleveland Cavs for the first year, Steve Kerr inserted Andre Iguodala to guard LeBron James. Changed the series. And they got it done. You need those depth pieces on your team so you can say, hey, this rotation that I got right now, it ain't working. Let me try something new. Hey, Cam Reddish, come on. Hey, Vando, come on. Hey, Rui, come on. Hey, Jackson Hayes, come on. You need those players on your team to where you can try something different. Because let's keep it a buck. Last season, the Los Angeles Lakers, they made a nice run in the playoffs, but once they ran against the Denver Nuggets, it was a bit shaky. It was a bit shaky. And they didn't have the depth on their team to bring a guy off the bench and say, hey, we're going to try something new. And this guy has performed well through the season. We can trust him. They didn't have those players. Now they got players on the teams that they can trust a little bit more. So that's why I'm on the side of, I don't know. I understand Zach LaVine wants to go there, but that doesn't mean you have to take him. It doesn't mean you have to take him because there's going to be some players that's going to be off this team if you move and try to make a trade for Zach LaVine. Sometimes if you try to get too cute, when you try to move players around and you try to do things, it does more bad than good, i.e. the Russell Westbrook trade. You went and did too much. You tried to add another star player to this team that wasn't fitting. I believe Zach LaVine will fit a little bit more, but we don't know. This Lakers team, they have championship aspirations. So Zach LaVine, I understand that you want to go to this team. I do. I understand that, but it just might not happen. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling about that down below in the comment section. I want to move on to Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo Dosunmu last night had his best game of the season. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, hitting clutch buckets in that second half, filling in tremendously for Alex Caruso, attacking the basket, being active on the defensive side, setting other guys up. My God, I got to be proud of these young fellas that came out to play for your Chicago Bulls. And Ayo Dosunmu came out and showed love to Joakim Noah. After the game, he talked about Joakim. He said, that's my guy. He's been helping me a lot. He's been helping me throughout the whole process from when I was a rookie. I got nothing but love for him. He was talking to me the whole game, giving me little pointers. So that's just showing love to him. This is why in the next announcing of the players that's going to be in the Chicago Bulls Ring of Honor, if you don't have Joakim Noah on that list, in that ring, we got to go send up the UC for Joakim Noah. We got to send it up. We have to send it up, ladies and gentlemen. We have to. We have to. Joakim Noah deserves to be in the Ring of Honor, not because of what he did on the court, but not only because of what he did on the court, let me make that correction, but also because the things off the court, still been around the Bulls organization, still been making and doing his thing charity-wise around the city of Chicago. He deserves his flowers. Put him in the Ring of Honor so I can be right there on the next year's game celebrating for my boy Joakim Noah. Y'all already know. And Ayo Dosunmu even showed a little love to Kobe White. When asked about Kobe White after the game, he said, it's motivation, man. Because I understand what he went through his second, third, fourth year. I understand how many people counted him out. He did nothing but work. Me seeing that front hand, that gives me motivation to keep going, gives me motivation to rise to the occasion. We push each other to be great. When I see him doing what he's doing now, it's nothing but giving me excitement. Shout out to Ayo Dosunmu. Shout out to Kobe White, who put on another great performance to put himself in the most improved player conversation. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And shout out to Auntie Goon because, man, your son Ayo Dosunmu balled out last night. And I'm all for it. I want to see these young guys continue to improve. I want to see these young guys continue to rise to the occasion, to making Chicago Bulls basketball great again. Make Bulls basketball great again. Make Bulls basketball great again. That's the new anthem. We ain't going back in time. We ain't getting political. We getting basketball ready. Make Bulls basketball great again. That's how we want it. Nothing else, nothing more. Make Bulls basketball great again. They've been so much better. Have they been great? No, I wouldn't say great, but they have been so much better these last few games with the ball movement, with the defensive intensity, with the effort. Even though DeMar DeRozan, I caught you lacking on one of those plays last night against the Heat, boy. Your age show right there. The Bones ain't want to get down on the floor and get that rebound. Ayo Dosunmu had to jump in there and get a jump ball for you. Come on, old man. You ain't that old, but come on, old man. You ain't that old, but come on, old man. So, hey, that's just how I'm looking at it, man. Very excited for Ayo Dosunmu, Kobe White, and Patrick Williams. These young guys, these young pups. We even seen a little bit of Dalen Terry go out there. Oh, my God. Dalen Terry, just slow it down, my boy. Please. Slow it down. And Billy Donovan, what the hell was Julian Phillips? I'm just saying, what was Julian Phillips? But nonetheless, extremely proud of my young guys with the mixture of the veterans on the team. Right now, the Chicago Bulls look like they're gonna be all right. We still don't know what the ceiling is. I don't think the ceiling is extremely high right now, but I do like what I'm seeing from the Chicago Bulls. So that's it for me today, y'all. Make sure you comment below. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We bring you live calls and daily Bulls content right here on Shy Bulls Podcast. And we're going to keep it rocking and roll. If you want to call in, call in. That number is 773-242-9219. This is another episode of Shy Bulls Podcast. Leave your comments below. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.